Hi friends, welcome to this channel. My name is Nastya and this is Floki, my golden retriever puppy who's desperately trying to get a treat. He is now 9 months old, but he was only 7 weeks when I got him. And in this video I wanted to reflect on our first weeks or even months with him, to share my experience of getting him or of adjusting to our new life, and also probably share some things, some challenges and solutions that I found. I always pictured myself with a golden retriever or a Labrador, but I always knew that it is a huge responsibility, so this is why I didn't get one earlier. And also I always knew I would raise a puppy. I did a lot of research beforehand and I thought that I was 100% ready. But when I got him, I realized that I wasn't, at least not to the fullest. And in this video, I want to share things that I did not expect when getting a golden retriever puppy. Some things will be good, some will be bad, but hopefully there's gonna be a balance and I won't sound too pessimistic about it. Let's get started. And the first thing I'll say, I did not expect that I would be losing my sleep for a couple of months. You know how they say that it is stressful for puppies to move, and especially from their families, because everything they knew till some point of their lives is how to actually live with their mom and their siblings, and it is stressful when they get alone for the first time. And that's why quite often they whine, even bark, and don't really sleep at night for the first couple of days. And in addition, small puppies also have a small bladder, which means they need to get out. Yes, forgive me for Floki here. Which means that they need to get out every 2 to 3 hours. So I kind of expected that first days, maybe first weeks, were not gonna be ideal. No one wants to lose their sleep, but I was kind of ready for this. What I did not expect is that Potty problem wasn't our problem. So he was actually very good at holding his bladder. He only wanted to go out like once per night, and that was very nice, but the problem was that he did not want to stay alone in his crate, and I made a huge mistake. I put his crate in the living room and I kept it here for a couple of months, and once I moved it to my bedroom it became all easier. I guess it had something to do with him seeing me and being very close to me, because my bedroom is small and he was kind of super close to me. But another problem, it wasn't just that. Another thing is that he did not like his crate at the beginning, as many puppies don't like it, and also he wasn't used to a schedule. So at night when he would bark and wake me up and I came to him, all he wanted to do is to play. So the solution here was to just sticking to a schedule, so he knows that nighttime is for sleep and rest. Also crate training, creating lots of positive associations related to crate, and actually now he loves his crate. I just got rid of it actually. We don't need it anymore, but by the end of it he was absolutely fine with it and he wanted to be in there. Now that he's older, it's all good, but sometimes, every once in a while, I do have a sleepless night with him because he often gets something with his stomach or something like that and he really needs to go. Another thing, kind of related a little bit, is loud barking and constant whining. So about the first thing, for some reason I assumed that puppy barks differently. I thought that it is not as loud and that it is not like, you know, adult dog barking. Like I thought it would be thinner, like the voice, but I was so surprised when he woke me up the first night with this adult loud dog barking. And another thing is constant whining, and this is probably something about his personality. He likes to be vocal about anything. So if he doesn't like something or he wants you to do something, he likes to whine as if he used it to remind about himself. And I talked about this with our trainer And of course, he recommended not to pay attention when he whines, so wait for him until he stops whining and, well, just reward him, do something with him. And that's exactly what I've been doing this whole time, but it actually never helped. He never stopped. Another thing I didn't expect, and that's something more positive, is that potty training was gonna be easy. I know many people struggle with this, and when I talk to anyone who ever had a puppy, they always mention this. In my case, I think I just got lucky with him, and he just got it right away. When he was too little and before he got vaccinated, I had pee pads at home, and he almost instantly started using them. Of course, we still had accidents. I think it's unavoidable and it's normal, but it wasn't that bad. And after he got vaccinated and I could take him out, he also just started doing his business there. I was still kind of reinforcing this good behavior. I was giving him treats the whole time, and I would give him treat every time he used a pee pad or went outside. Maybe that helps, but overall I'd say it was quite easy. There was one thing though, and that's gonna be the next point, is that I did not expect him to actually try and play with pee pads. So I think we were maybe a couple of weeks already into the potty training process when he suddenly started chewing his pee pads. He wanted to destroy them, tear them apart. It became hard to potty train him because I couldn't have pee pads just laying down for him to use, and that's when I started having more accidents. But eventually I just bought a pee pad holder from Chewy, and this is a thing that basically locks a pee pad inside of it, and it's impossible to do anything with it, to play or to chew, and that really helped a lot, and I used it till the day when he could actually go out. Next up on my list is overstimulation in dog. Have you ever heard of it? I definitely have not until I got him. I heard about understimulation in puppies is when they don't get enough of exercise and they get kind of crazy. They run around having zoomies, they can be quite loud, and they can jump on you, bite you, all that kind of stuff. And overstimulation is the opposite. It's when they don't have enough rest and when they are just overwhelmed by their surroundings. And what's interesting, the symptoms are exactly the same. So they just go crazy with zoomies, with biting, with barking, and just going nuts. And that's exactly what I had with him. For some reason, he did not know how to calm himself down. You know, puppies are supposed to sleep for 18 hours because they are constantly growing, but I think he was so underslept. He did not sleep enough, maybe 10, 11 hours, and he could go 5, 6 hours without any sleep. And this is exactly what made it worse, because puppies are crazy, and they are supposed to be crazy. They are curious, they are just learning about this world, they are hyper, and that's normal. But imagine this puppy going on without a sleep for 6 hours. That's kind of inconvenient, and especially if you're trying to work from home. But also, the more he didn't sleep, the crazier he got, and at some point he even scared me because he seemed to be kind of aggressive towards me. Actually, quite often he would jump on me, hang on my clothes, and I had holes on all my items. He could also bark and growl and be very loud, and it was very frustrating and confusing, and I was even afraid that he was aggressive or something, which is of course funny because Goldens are just the friendliest dogs ever. That was, I think, the hardest thing for me, is to actually understand what it is, because now that I'm speaking about it, I have the word overstimulation. At that point I didn't know about this, and that's how I decided to start working with a trainer who actually explained all of it to me, and I started tracking his sleeping schedule, and that's how I noticed he was underslept, and that's how I started looking for solutions. So I tried many things, doing timeouts, also giving him chewing toys and chewing treats, because chewing is supposed to calm them down, but all of it didn't help. I feel like whatever I did, he just always wanted to do more, to go on. And the only thing that I found and that helped me was to actually put on his harness and to tie him to my kitchen island. And I have lots of pictures of him tangled in his leash while being tied up to the kitchen island, and that was literally the only thing that worked. I don't know why and how. I also tried to set up the play gate that I bought for him, because I thought that's how I was gonna manage him and allow, or on the contrary, disallow him to use some space, some spaces or rooms, but it did not help. But once I tied him up to the kitchen island, it kind of calmed him down, and he was fine being tied to it. So he just, not instantly, sometimes it took him some time, but like 5-10 minutes he was asleep. Nothing else helped this way. Overstimulation kind of affected all of the things that I did not expect, because it made all those regular puppy things worse. And the next one is that preventing puppy biting was kind of hard. Of course, puppies are playful and they don't really know any other ways of playing other than nipping and biting. So this is normal that puppies bite you with their little and sharp teeth. I think it took me quite some time to figure out what actually works for me and for Floki, because Floki, he's a tough chewer, and he liked to bite quite a lot, and it was hard to get rid of this. I tried different things. Many people recommend to use ouch sound to indicate that you don't like when they bite. Didn't help. People recommend to maybe like stop playing with them, get up and don't pay attention for quite some time, and then come back when they are calm. Didn't help. In all of those cases, he would just keep biting, or if I get up and kind of ignore him, he just follows me and he jumps on me and he hangs on my clothes. So this didn't work, even though I tried to do all of those things for quite some time. It didn't change a thing. But it started really changing when I decided that every time he bites me, I just go to a separate room. And this is what changed the situation, because he was biting because he wanted to play. He wanted my attention. And once I just got up and went to the next room and closed the door, he obviously did not get any playtime. And I guess he just had this association of me leaving every time he bites, and he stopped with time. He sometimes still does it. He sometimes bites a little bit, but now that he doesn't have any of those sharp puppy teeth, that's different. This is more acceptable. Next thing is chewing on walls. I spent quite some time puppy-proofing my apartment. So I removed all the things, and especially all the nice things, from lower shelves. I made sure he cannot get my plants, that he cannot chew on my cables, because I work from home, and if he destroys anything, that's gonna be over. And all of it made me feel that my apartment was completely puppy-proofed. Like, there was nothing he could destroy, well, except for like couch, which he did, so this is a new one already. But I did not expect him to chew on walls and wooden furniture, especially kitchen counters, which is something you just cannot just remove from your apartment. He chewed on my wooden furniture and ate some of the pieces, which was frustrating because, well, he eats wood and also he destroys my apartment. All of it was a little bit preoccupying, but everything turned out good. Now he doesn't really chew on the furniture. Maybe that's because at some point I started using bitter apple spray. I just sprayed all those corners, just he liked to chew on, and he's gradually stopped. Now I still use the spray, but not on walls or the furniture, but on blankets. I don't even know why he started chewing on walls. I know he doesn't like it as much as he likes chewing on blankets. He just likes this kind of material, and he sometimes starts chewing on it. This guy, it's fine, but I also have this knee blanket or similar blankets that are easy to destroy, and I sometimes use this spray on them so he just doesn't chew on them and doesn't destroy them as quickly as he can. Next thing is kind of obvious, but hear me out. Puppies need a lot of attention. And I knew that, but I think I did not expect that I wasn't gonna be able to just do my work in peace, that I was gonna be able to enjoy some things that I used to enjoy. Floki wants to play now. My first week with him, that was my week off that I took from work. All the time that came after the week was really hard to work and to concentrate and to focus on work and on my studies. I work from home, which is convenient for this kind of situation, and I thought I was gonna be able to handle that. Like, you work from home, and if you work from home you can just be with your puppy all the time, but it was truly hard to concentrate and to be fully involved in there, because with our overstimulation issue he did not sleep enough. He was awake most of my work time, and sometimes he was awake the whole 8 hours, which was confusing, and I didn't know what to do about it, and I kind of had a lot of flexibility during that period of time, because I had to take lots of break during my work hours, and then I had to just work after or start earlier. And I think it changed right after I was able to take him outside, to take him on walks, on hikes, on play dates with other puppies, and all the other things that we've done throughout the whole time. Training, crate training, getting used to a schedule, all of this contributed. Also, I didn't expect that I would enjoy training him so much. Well, I definitely knew that I was gonna train my dog. I always wanted a golden or a lab because they are smart dogs, and it was, for me, it was kind of must-do thing with the big dog. It's definitely not, you don't have to do it. But I did not expect to enjoy it as much. It is so much fun. Sit. Sit. Taste. 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 Good taste. Taste. Good boy, get it. First, it's kind of selfish, but I'll say that it is such a nice break from my regular routine and my problems and all that kind of stuff. It's something refreshing, and also it is so much fun to just see his progress throughout your training journey. At the beginning, when he didn't know anything. Sit. Down. Up. Good boy. Look at me. Yes, good boy. And eventually, when you learn advanced fun tricks with him, it gave me so much joy. Next thing is how much joy and love a dog can bring to your family. And this is not only about training, just overall having someone who is always by your side, someone you care for. It just brings light to your life. And also, I'm someone who likes outdoor activities like hiking, going to the beach, or just walking around, and it's just more fun to have someone to do it with, and especially someone who enjoys it as much. And Floki loves hiking, he loves all possible activities, he likes to go to the beach, and well, I guess if you ever had a pet, cat or dog, or maybe some other kinds of pets, you can relate to that. I always knew this, but I did not, I guess, expect how much joy we're gonna have. Even when there are difficult moments, when he wakes me up at night now, and I'm kind of not happy about this at the moment. I still I forget about those things, or sometimes challenging things kind of become fun afterwards, or maybe not fun, it's not the right word, they just become warm memories anyways. So yeah, I would say Floki is definitely my emotional support. But honestly, it wasn't this way from the beginning. Actually, it can take quite some time to bond. At the beginning, I felt more overwhelmed and upset than I felt happy and felt love towards him. I mean, of course, puppies are cute, and of course, I loved him, but I didn't feel like we were kind of close. I don't know what's the right word here, but I did not feel that he was kind of my world, that he was something I could not live without. I don't know what's the right phrase here, but it's something that came with time, I guess. Just going through those hard times together, raising him, having lots of challenges and learning on the go, and then making lots of fun memories, or maybe not fun, that became still warm memories. So yeah, I even felt bad about not kind of loving him in a deep way or caring for him in a deep way at the beginning, but I read that many people experience that when they just get their new puppy, and there's even a name for it. It's called puppy blues. Puppy blues is when you feel upset about your decision to get a puppy when you just got him, like maybe first couple of weeks or months. And learning about that helped me too, knowing that this is something common. This is not me being a bad person or something like that. This is something many people experience. And the next point, I did not expect that having a community is also something important. Just like this example that I just mentioned about this puppy blues situation, knowing that someone else struggles with it made me, I guess, more patient about Floki and our challenges. Just talking through your challenges and hearing people saying similar things in real life was something I really appreciated. I live in an apartment building, and in our neighborhood there are many buildings like that are dog friendly, so there are many people with dogs, and every night we actually have a play date for Floki set with our neighbors, and some of them also have puppies. Well, actually many of them have puppies, and some of them have small puppies, and it is nice to kind of discuss and maybe complain a little bit to each other about what they did, about how goofy they are, or how they destroyed something. It is just nice to be able to complain and have someone who can actually relate. So if you are looking for a puppy, if you're looking to get a puppy, or if you just got a puppy and you feel upset, overwhelmed, and you have those puppy blues, maybe find a community either in real life, maybe there are neighbors with puppies, or even online. Search for videos or maybe threads on different forums or something like that. At the very least, read different stories, and you'll find out that it's kind of normal when they destroy something. I mean, it's definitely upsetting, but you're not special here. If you know what I mean. You're not the only one. That's probably the right word. And there are definitely lots of people who can relate. And I think this is it. Hopefully my experience will be helpful to someone. If you enjoyed this video, like this video. If you didn't, dislike it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this about life, about languages, and also about career. Let's stay in touch, and I'll see you in my next one.